Postal here. So this morning, well, what are we doing? We are out hunting aces. I'm just the second mission of the pilot to earn Elliot Milley. And it's to get 60 kills in however many battles, but by golly, I want to do it quickly. So I've gone ahead and set a expectation to try to get an ace. I've got a handful of the kills already just doing my dailies. I needed 20 more, so I'm doing this voiceover after the fact, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so we've got a pretty good map for the deal. Any 5-sector map is going to be not a bad thing. Gives you a center location to kind of pivot. Just told the chat that I'm trying to get an ace. So we'll see how this goes. What is the A7M besides my resident I need lots of aerial kills plane? This is the plane that I fly that I've actually had the most aces in. It tends to have the ability to just kind of pivot and kill pretty quickly. Well, why is that? Well, you have 420mm cannons. This is not the strongest gun output at tier 7, but it's pretty darn strong. Think of it this way, this is the same firepower as the Spitfire 14, basically, but it's a tier lower. Being tier 7, the equipment slots are definitely lacking, but we'll go into that in just a second. We've got a lot of planes we've got to try to kill here. It's been kind of relaxing to start the game. We were trying to get over here, hoping to get this sector. Unfortunately, Reds get it just before we were able to make an impact. And in pretty quick succession here, we're knocking out 3 planes. We've got this no engine, but P-38. We can knock out a P-38, right? And I get the kill, though. Nope. That's okay. Alright, so... Was that a P-38? That was an XP-58. My bad. Turning. There we go. Wait a minute. Did we not get that? It's a joke, man. We might be in some trouble here, huh? What I like about the A7M is it is so maneuverable. You've got these 20mm cannons. You can get them on target very, very quickly. And from there, you know, get your kills. The consistency of the 20mm cannons is what puts these puts this plane above a lot of other tier 7s. You know, we're talking tier 7, of course. But you know, it's what sets these planes up to be so good, in my opinion. Fortunately, we're dealing with a boom and zoom XP-58, no hit points, and just a bunch of planes in the air. So we need to change our tact. I'm going to spawn up to the north, and that way we can get the garrison that is near their airbase. And that's kind of a cheeky way to get additional kills, because if you're in a plane that can handle it, you can be near their spawn point, and you'll get a lot of kills just by having those planes coming inbound. I saw that there was a lot of planes going towards this airbase, and I figured it'd be a great way to be able to hopefully get some kills. Also be getting defense kills, which is going to help me get some chevrons for this plane, maybe even get myself a grade 1. We shall see. BDPs can be a pain in the butt, but they can be a pain in the butt to anybody. You know, they're less of a pain in the butt when you kill them. Let's just keep getting our guns on target here. Unfortunately, overheating. This is what I was talking about before I got killed on the south side of this map. Because it's tier 7, there actually is no gun slot, which is kind of mind-blowing considering how strong the guns are. But the airframe is very, very turny, so the fact of the matter is this particular plane actually has 2 airframe slots, 1 engine slot and 1 pilot slot. Been experimenting with my setup on this plane. I don't have it set up for the most turny it could be, but that being said, I'm still, you know, usually the most turny plane that's out there. Not a lot of people like playing the A7M, and so yeah, good times. All right, so I'm at 11 kills, which is super swell. Saw this guy coming inbound here. Was kind of acting like I was meandering in an odd direction, and then once I realized he was close enough, that's when I really changed my angle, really started turning. Here we're going to go up and over, kind of get a gravity assist of sorts. Get our guns on target. I think he must be using pneumatic control assist, because I had to engage my pneumatic control assist, where I wasn't having to do that previously. Low HP GA here. Come on. There we go. A low HP GA here. It's an IL-20, and the guns on this plane are able to tear through those pretty easily. Granted, it was on like 30% health, but hey, take it. Alright, so this is what I'm talking about. So we can go over to the Garrison that's over here. There's going to be a lot of planes just because of the nature of the map.
Be advised, a line of thunderstorms is approaching.
Shoot, probably going to have to dive down here.
Do you copy? Over.
Gonna run out of energy. It's the issue with this whole line is its lack of airspeed. In this kind of situation, I'm going very, very slow. I'm actually quite a bit higher than I would normally want to be. I'm feeling pretty comfortable just because everybody is ignoring me. Oh, there's rockets. I don't need those rockets. You can keep those rockets, sir. They've got the sector, unfortunately. I'm up so high and I'm going so slow that everybody's, you know, escaping my cannons, right? Keep in mind, I'm not necessarily going for the win. The kills are more important because I just want to get this mission done. Now that the squall line's in, though, now it's not a good time to die, right? Well, not a good time for me to die. He can die. Alright, so this should be spawning with all the defense aircraft. I see this ground pounder, but that's too much hit points. I would just completely die if I went down there and tried to get him. Let's go ahead and get some easier kills on these light fighters. I even see the heavy fighter. I'm like, no, let's get the light fighters. I can get them in a couple bursts if they're staying close enough to me. Might need to go. Yeah, we're gonna have to go for a heavy fighter. Trying to, in this kind of situation, you've got to not waste your own energy, right? I'm gonna actually try to get some ground targets. It's all tense. These 20mm cannons can get these kind of ground targets. Ooh, is this low enough? Hard target. Don't crash, Buster. Jeez, that would be terrible. Those heavy airplanes were going for, god dang it, we're going for that bomber, and so they were just going higher and higher. So I'm not going to try to waste my time. I can't keep up with them at that altitude, but what I can do is come down here, try to get some ground targets while I wait for them to either kill that bomber or that bomber get away. They killed the bomber, so now they're down here to play with me. Got my engine boost engaged here so we can catch up. Fortunately, I'm overheating the cannons. There we go. Oh, and there's my ace. Perfect. But I've still got a sector to cap. The game is actually really, really close. Which is something that is pretty darn helpful when you're trying to get a lot of kills. You know, if you're stomping one direction or the other, then you know, the game's going to typically not allow you to even get a lot of kills, even if you're having a really good game. We're up 4 sectors to 1 now, though. And I'm in the 1 sector we don't have, so if I can kill this guy, we're gonna get it. He's on fire. There's my Akamatsu. Excellent. So I've accomplished my mission, right? Let's see if we can head to the center, get rid of that guy. No, it looks like we're gonna run out of time. But just in time, we were able to get the ace, get the amount of kills that we need, and finish the mission so we can continue on to the next one for this pilot. Alright, so 18,000 personal points. Got an ace, Akamatsu, Wing Legend, Flying Paladin, Flying Fighter, Hero of the Sky. So a lot of goodies. But this was specifically for the ace. I was just trying to go out and get the kills. I wasn't trying to do anything that was going to be, smart. But let's head back. Excellent. So I got my ace, which I needed to get to finish stage 1 preparations, part 2 of that. Hell, I even told the enemy team, told my team too, when I got out there, that I was aiming for an ace. I was able to get that ace. And even better, we got a win out of it. So man, I love the A7M. This is such a good plane, such an underrated plane. Think of it this way. The plane itself has 4 20mm cannons, which can be pretty easily equated to the same kind of cannons that are on the Spitfire 14. But this is a tier lower. I wish it had forward-firing weapons as an option. I'd probably put reinforced bolt carriers on this just because they overheat so quickly. You may also be looking at this and being like, what the hell kind of setup you got going on here, Postal? I'm experimenting right now. As I did with the A7M at tier 6, I've kind of put a little bit of a speed build on here of sorts, which is counterintuitive and it's a little frustrating because putting polished skin on here screws up your maneuverability a little bit. But as you saw when I was going against that specialized Spitfire 9, this plane still has a lot of maneuverability. More maneuverability than any other plane at this tier, basically. And the planes I might run into that might be completely spec'd out for maneuverability, maybe my pneumatic control assist will help in that kind of situation. But you don't run into planes that try to outmaneuver you at tier 7. You just don't. At tier 7, everybody starts trying to outspeed everybody. So the maneuverability that I've got on this plane, which is 96, excuse me, should be sufficient. If I really desperately need more maneuverability, I still have the aerobatics expert, which will get me 2% more maneuverability. Yeah, so I don't know if my next 2 points are going to be used, or my next point, I should say, is going to be used for Engine Guru, or if it's going to be being used for aerobatics expert. I suspect I'll go aerobatics expert, but I mean, if I'm comfortable with the amount of maneuverability I've already got, I might just go Engine Guru 1 and get a little bit more airspeed. Anyway, I really like this plane. I knew I needed 20 kills, and I said to myself, well, what's a plane that I can go out and get an ace in? And that's what I hopped into, and that's what I got. I'd like to say, this was my first battle in it. Unfortunately, I had a couple battles with, no center sector, with 2 mining facilities and no center sector. So, I got, 8 or 9 or whatever kills on that particular map. But this map wasn't perfect for the A7M. Perfect map would be 5 sectors with a missile base in the center. But pretty darn close to it, right? No mining facilities, which is always nice when you don't have anything that can really do anything versus mining facilities. And we were just able to take advantage of our plane and our interactions with the enemy. One thing I just remembered is I died and still got another Akamatsu, didn't I? That's pretty nice. She did die, didn't I? Versus that XP58. Oh, bugger. I keep running into Aero Viking. He's a good player, but the A7M, it's a hard counter to the Spitfire. Spitfire's slightly faster and slightly better altitude performance, or maybe even a lot more altitude performance, but in a dogfight, man, the A7M is going to come out on top more often than not. And you've got 4 20mm cannons instead of 2 20mm cannons like the Spitfire has. So, Spitfire 9, anyway. I really like this plane. Yeah, I don't know what more can be said about it. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, again, I go in this plane when I need kills, when I need nothing but kills, when I'm not necessarily even gunning for a win. I'll go in the A7M and have myself one hell of a time. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I highly recommend this plane, even after I've gotten the Key 84, which I think overall is a better plane. Come on, give me my stats. Overall, I think the Key 84 is a better plane, much better altitude performance, and you've got those two 30mm cannons. Overall, the Key 84 is the better plane. But in a pinch when I just need kills, the A7M just gives them to you. I don't know what it is about them, but it just sets them up and does a really, really good job of getting as many kills as you possibly can. I think part of it might be because you have lower altitude performance, like you don't have to, going up to higher altitude can take a lot of time sometimes. Can use a lot of energy, even if your altitude performance is significant. Since your altitude performance in the A7M is so terrible, you're never really wasting too much time going up top there. And you're just staying down low and killing everything that's down below 3,000 feet or 1,000 meters, whatever it might be. So I don't know. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe I just sync up really well with this plane compared to the... again, the Key 84 and I have some pretty damn good games too. But there's just something about me and the A7M. Just really, really work together well. I can't tell you last time I had a bad game in the A7M. Like, where the plane let me down. How about I say that? I can't tell you the last time I had a game where the A7M let me down. And I can tell you every once in a while the Key 84 will have some issues with the 30mm cannons. It's few and far between. But just sometimes they just don't want to hit. They're super short range. So yeah, I don't know. Flip a coin and you're going to be fine at tier 7 on the Japanese lines. Honestly and truly, the Key 93, the heavy plane, is probably the hardest. No, it's definitely the hardest to get used to. But once you do, this big 57mm cannon just friggin' changes lives. Yeah. Tier 7 Japanese planes are damn good. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me in this, got an ace when I wanted to get an ace game. Hope you have a great day, and bye.